It's free. It's easy to use. Most of all, it's on par with $600 PAR meters. If I can do it, pretty much anyone can do it. This NEM is so hilarious. It's just cracking me up. Look at him. He like just went on a holiday, on a walkabout or something. Now he's back to where he was before. Oh my goodness. Looking beautiful. I love it there. I'll take it. Just to let everyone know, I get absolutely nothing making this video and promoting this product. But the app, it's a must. It's a must download. If you're going to be farming corals, I don't know if this app is for you. If you're a hobbyist, like I am, this is plenty of information. It's plenty to know, more or less, how many inches down you go, if your light is providing enough for the different things that you have growing in your tank. Let's talk really quickly about different ways that you can use this app, like physically. So one, you hold it in your hand. Right here, you're outside of the tank. This is the easiest way, if you can just hover your lights in the air. Other ways that you can use this is that you can use the Wi-Fi, or you can use Bluetooth. You can do an airdrop onto another iPhone if you have another iPhone. You can, if you have a tablet, you can do an airdrop onto that, or you can do a cast. I can cast this over to the TV in my living room, and so I can actually watch the TV in my living room and put the phone sensor anywhere inside my tank, and it gives me the reading on my phone. I have a laptop. I've airdropped it over to my laptop. That's probably the easiest way, because you could have the laptop sitting right on top of the tank or on a desk right next to the tank, and it could be giving you the readings. So just use your imagination when it comes to that stuff. For me, I can put this in the water and I can actually see the numbers. There's a little bit of a reflection, but I can still see the number. If I tilt the sensor, the numbers don't change very much. And plus, it's kind of slow. It kind of lags a little bit. So if I turn it really quick, it takes like maybe a split, like a 3/4 of a second or half a second before it actually registers the number. So if I want a really accurate number, I'll get it right on the coral, and then if there's a reflection because of the lights, I'll just turn it real quick and then I'll see the number. Just use your imagination, whatever you can, to take your phone and link it to another device that allows you to see the numbers, whether you cast it or do an airdrop. Alright, so here's the app. The Photone app, and it's right at the bottom, which is way down, below here. I'm at 17 PAR. Let's take it all the way to the top. And right under the lights, these LEDs, and I'm not running them really high, are about 350. If I take it right up, I go to 400. But when they start to combine and focus, this is about 3 inches, 4 inches. And look at this. Does it matter too much if I tilt it? I can't tell if I'm probably lowering the height, so let me put my fingers in there. So the more I tilt it like that, you can definitely see it's affecting the reading. But if I'm kind of within range there, I can tilt it a little bit and it doesn't affect it too much. So now my first coral, my Montipora, is right about that height. So my Monty, and that's what these two blue lights. Okay, these two blue lights are not the same as, well, they are the same, but I have a lot of LEDs around there. But this kind of gives you a general idea it's nice because I can move it off to the side and see how far can I go. Like this is out of the bowl, right? So now this is why it's so difficult for me to go and purchase one of those Lumis that has like the one focus here. It does branch out a little bit, but I mean, it does have a spread, but I don't think it's going to be as big of a spread as I need. So this is a pretty swell app. It's going to give me a countdown when it starts recording. We put our diffuser back over the camera. Let's launch the Photone app. I'm already in PPFD mode. We're gonna work this time. Yay! Look at that PAR reading right at the surface. I'm just below the surface. That's high, isn't it? Okay, so now we scooch down. We're gonna disturb our poor little clowns. At the mid-range of that NEM, we are at 500 PAR. Let's see where the PAR is, right on the surface of NEM Island. At the surface of my lemon lime. That's about 400. And as I move off to the right hand side here, we can see I'm slowly dropping. I'm at about 150 where my pink hammer coral is, 170, 180, 200 at the top. So we kind of get a feel for what's going on in the tank. It's going to be the last reading I take. I'm going to try and get as close to the sand as possible. And wow, it increased quite a bit actually. We're at 132. That's kind of good to know. That's good enough for me, and hopefully that's good enough for this portion of the video. We dropped that to the bottom right hand side of the tank just to see what our PAR is down there. I like to wipe the pouch out a little bit, you know, so that way, and maybe you should wipe your hands a little bit so your hands aren't so wet when you grab your phone again. But I've actually put the phone in the tank before. It doesn't work out as well because the paper doesn't stay dry. This little pouch, very handy for this. I mean, number one thing that I love about this app is that it's plug and play. It does a pretty good job right out of the box. I didn't have to calibrate anything, although I bet if I calibrated it, it would probably be a little bit more accurate. You know, one of the reasons I haven't actually built my I haven't come to a conclusion on these LEDs is because it's taken me a lot of effort. And I don't like to put that much effort into stuff. I generally like the plug and play. Kind of crazy because I have got all this DIY stuff going on, but it's the stuff that I'm doing is really not that complicated. If I can do it, pretty much anyone can do it. So number two, why I like this app, because it's free. I mean, it works right off the bat. If you want to do your own calculations, you can use it without purchasing anything in-app. But I purchased the $5 LED upgrade. There's a few other LED upgrades that you can get if you're going to just do blues, whites, red blues, those kinds of things. It seems to work for all of it for me. Most of my lights are just blue anyway. As I say that, I just noticed my blues went out. Oh, it's because I'm messing with the wires down here. I still haven't got it together. I've got all the wires all loose down here, and one of these connects to the blue. I don't know which one. I'll have to figure it out in a little bit. Another big reason that I like this app is that you can use it in or out of the water. Simple to dunk it in the water if you want to get all fancy. An underwater selfie case that allows you to attach a selfie stick to it. I haven't done that. I just put the thing in a case and use my hand. There's some really smart people. If you go search the forums, if you just search for this app, on the internet, do a Google search, and you'll see some people have put a lot of data together, and they've compared this to some other $600 par meters, and it's really, really close to being similar to those. And even though if I had a coral farm, I would still purchase one of the other sensors. But for hobbyists, this is absolutely coming right on par with the other par meters. I feel no need to go out and spend another $600 to get something that's going to tell me more or less where my light is. I don't really need to pinpoint it to every single coral that's in the tank. If I just move this around, it's enough for me. We're going to do our little tiny experiment. I'm going to inside the tank, outside the tank. I'm going to take this piece of tape, drop it at about 12 inches. Yeah, I guess I could be a little less sloppy. We'll put that at about 12 inches. I'm going to go ahead and start recording the screen. And I already have the app launched. I'm putting my diffuser on there so it doesn't yell at me. Okay, then I'm going to put it inside the little waterproof pouch. There we go. I'm going to do both measurements in and out of the tank, both inside the pouch, and see where we end up. Okay, snapped. It's waterproof. So I'm going to hold this right at the tape, which is right there, and I'm going to just pull these LEDs off the tank, and then we're going to see where we end up. And I'm going to move them around, and I'm going to try and get the highest measurement that I possibly can, and I'll do the same when I'm inside the tank. It looks like 300 is going to be what I get, and that's going to be it. 300 was the highest number, right? There we go. It's actually climbing quite a bit higher now. Okay, so that's enough for measuring outside the tank. Let's get these LEDs right on the edge of the front of the glass, and I will do the same thing putting it inside the tank. Woo. So funny me. So now I'm inside the tank. Whoa, look at those numbers. Holy buckets. What in the world? Did I get some sort of magnification? That can't be right. How are the numbers higher inside the tank? That's not possible. Is that possible? And I'm going to go lower. Oh my goodness. My water is magnifying the numbers. That's ridiculous. Now I wonder if maybe the water is smashing the pouch down. Let me try smashing the pouch down and see if that has any effect at all. Let's bring this thing out here right at the level of the tape. And I'm going to smash the... I mean, that shouldn't have any effect at all. Yeah, that's ridiculous. See the tapes right there? How's that even possible? Maybe I'm getting some reflection off the glass. I mean, I have to get way up here before I can get to that 400 number. Crazy, folks. All right, well, there you have it. Proof is in the pudding. Let me know if you think my technique, there was something off there, because that's 100 par difference. I was wondering why that ball kept getting bigger, and then it hit me. That was awesome.
So bad. Yeah.